Chapter 8. The Calculation of Suspicion. Kabik addressed Kurlan from the heart of the so-called Diagnostiat. It was a chamber where Magusses and Magi would be connected to the planet and become part of its world engine. It was a high honor to become part of Mars. Higher though was the position of Fabricator General. Kabik insisted Kurlan talk to him from a confined place on the ship Abhorrence, where only he could see him. The two talked and they greeted each other. Kurlan told Kabik they were here to ask for his aid. They would be moving on to the attack moon immediately and smash them from the sky. Kabik had said Juskina Tol thought the same, and we all know how that ended. Kurlan retorted they were the hammer of the Emperor, not some rabble. But the Fabricator General advised caution. Mars had great weapons on it, but when brought up, Kabik didn't like the idea of destroying the Throneworld to save it. The mind of Mars spoke to the Fabricator, telling him Kurland was in contact with someone from the system. Prime suspects were Grand Master Vangarich and Inquisitor Veritus. The Fabricator agreed in the end to send support, 5 battalions of Skitari and a few other troops. Kurland wanted to speak to Laurentiis and Eldon, but the Fabricator told him, in fact, that they are caught with different duties. Kurlan said as long as the Imperium stands united, they will not fall. Kabik told him that Mars stands with them. The voice of Mars told him that Kurlan suspects he is lying. Kurland asked when will his troops be ready. The Fabricator acted insulted and dispatched troops right away to join the last wall. He only asked for all technology and material on the moon. Kurland wanted the information they got. He knew of the explorer vessels collecting information on the universe about the Orks and the Attack Moons, saying that what they have currently now is rather thin. The Fabricator defended himself, saying this is all they have, and once they have more, they will share it happily. The two men agreed to end the discussion. Kabik's throne lowered him, and he was now in front of the Synod of Mars, waiting for him. Moving to Eldon and Laurentiis, they were deep in the Forge Temple of Olympus Mons. They were taken to the Fabricator General. Once Eldon would have loved the opportunity to gain more influence in the Synod, but that was before he became a traitor. The coming of the fists in the system have turned Kubik into an even bigger politician. Laurentiis' thoughts were his own. The operations necessary to save his life have left him detached a little more. For what is worth, the biologists try to find a balance between machinery and flesh compared to the other cults of Mars. But while Eldon was anxious, he couldn't tell of Laurentiis. In a way, he envied the biologist, who was now able to be so detached. They entered the room of Kabik. He was in the same room as when he spoke to Kurland. He asked the two biologists what they know of Second Captain Kurland. First, he asked Laurentiis, but Laurentiis could not speak of Kurland ill. In fact, slaughter saved his life. He did threaten Eldon with violence should anything happen to him. He went to that lengths to protect him. Some more talks about the necessity of their actions, and the Fabricator sends Laurentiis to a new experiment while keeping Eldon on the teleportation system. He told the Magos to be careful and shows a picked image of a woman with a rebreather that was a member of the Officio Assassinorum. They watched drones coming to attack her. She threw her robes aside and shot the drones down. But the Mechanicum had rust stalkers, their own assassins. And while she killed them too, in the end they were too much and they overwhelmed her. The Fabricator tells the two that they had to be careful with intruders. And Eldon knew he had to talk to Yendo.